let's head over to tight ends. Evan, is there anything different that makes a tight end safe than a wide receiver, or is it just targets and being sick?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty dang similar to the wide receiver grouping here. There's also offenses that run through the tight ends. We've seen this in San Francisco. We've seen it in Kansas City. Now, when those tight ends move on, will that still be the case? That is going to be a whole debate inside of itself. But when you have poor wide receiver rooms around you, or you have wide receiver rooms that do things that are very specific, like get down the field, or really work the outside boundary, or really work the underneath, which is underrated for tight ends to be able to push the seam. But some tight ends are used that way. So these are all things that you really want to look for. There are plenty of tight ends that are the one in their offense. And by plenty, I mean 3.
I'm looking at tight end statistics right now. 3.
Yep. Okay.
So
cool.
Plenty. Just go get one of those 3 guys. Jake, is there anything different that we should be looking for at tight ends?
Yeah, I think if we're truly talking safety at tight end, guys who can block, it keeps you on the field more. Obviously, it's not the most sexy thing in the world, but if you can catch passes well, you're decent enough after the catch, and you can block, you're going to have a Jason Witten, Zach Ertz style career where you're just around forever. We forget about you, and then Zach Ertz comes out and puts up a top 10 tight end season out of nowhere off of, I think, a torn ACL. Like,
he doesn't care.
Yeah, if you're a guy like that, like, sure, you're not going to have that superstar upside, but honestly, I'm so rarely chasing that at the tight end position. Give me my 10 to 11 points, and I'm happy with you. And I typically have one guy on my bench anyway who's going to be that upside play, like a Tucker Kraft, who, he's going to have his weeks. Am I going to pick him right? Probably not. But we can try.
You can definitely do your best. The Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave battles of 2023 will not be forgotten. Evan, who is your safe tight end? And if you say Brock Bowers or Trey McBride, I will cry.
No, those guys honestly are maybe I'll get some flack for this, but they're overvalued currently. But moving on to the safe tight end, I'm going to go with David Njoku. You look at this wide receiver group, you look at the fact that they're likely going to be behind in a lot of games. You look at the running back room, you wonder what they have at running back. They are looking like they're either going to have Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco starting at quarterback this coming season, which last time I checked, neither of those guys are very mobile, which means they're probably not going to be running a ton, taking some volume away. So you pair being behind with a poor / questionable wide receiver room. Talks are that they will add Travis Hunter, so hopefully that will boost up the wide receiver room if that does come to fruition here. But David Njoku is a tight end that, sure, there is going to be some injury. Historically, that has been the case with him. But when he's healthy and he's on the field, we're talking a guy that is putting up points that are top 6, top 8 type production. So when he's healthy, you know when to start him. You don't have to guess, hey, is this going to be his spike week? Is this not going to be his spike week? Because he gets the targets over the middle and he can push the field, which opens up so much for that offense.
That makes sense. I actually didn't talk about what makes a tight end safe to me, and it's the freak athleticism to take any play for a touchdown. Look, your tight ends are probably only getting 4 or 5 targets a game. I'm sorting for 2024, only 4 tight ends got more than 100 targets, and only 4 more got over 90. Like, you're not going to get a bunch of guys that are out there just voluming their way to touchdowns and to upside. Like, go get somebody that can actually make a week for you, because all of them are going to have their duds. I would rather bet on somebody like Njoku who can take it to the house. But Jake,
you guys heard it from Mike first. Theo Johnson 101.
Man,
I want to talk about a freak athlete.
Yeah,
athlete at tight end. 10 out of 10 RAS score.
more of a Brenninger guy. I think he had a 9.99 RAS, so that's tough.
I thought it was Zach Kuntz, right?
Oh, brother. All right. Jake, who is your quote unquote safe tight end in a world full of scary tight ends?
It's Evan Ingram. Again, much like Evan talked about, the guy just puts up points. He gets targets. He has that big play upside. He can take it to the house. He has some of that elite athleticism. In seasons where Daniel Jones has not been his quarterback, he's been a top 12 tight end every single year. Last year, not only did Trevor Lawrence get hurt, he also got hurt. He still averaged tight end 1 production at 9.9 PPR points per game, wide receiver or tight end 12 overall. If you remove last year, though, without Daniel Jones as his quarterback, he has never finished worse than tight end 7 in PPR. He has always been tight end 7 or better in points per game in PPR. That is the epitome of safe to me. And you never have and never will have to pay top 7 tight end prices for Evan Ingram, which is my favorite part about him. So the investment in him is safe because I'm not paying elite prices, but I know that I have that upside of elite tight end production, especially if you look at a stretch of the season, like in 2023, he started out with 4 straight top 7 games after the injuries to the wide receiver room. From week 12 on, tight end 10, tight end 2, tight end 1, dud week 26. We'll ignore that one. Tight end 3, tight end 9, and then in week 18, tight end 1. Like, the guy has that upside to be the guy in an offense. And like Evan talked about with the wide receivers, target consolidation, a guy who's going to be on the field, being a guy in a room with bad wide receivers. Is there a truly talented wide receiver in Denver right now?
Yep.
Sure. Cortland Sutton, maybe. But past that, like Troy Franklin, nothing special. Devon Vele, nothing special. I don't think I can name another wide receiver on that roster at current date.
Hey,
but
Marvin Mims, come on.
I said wide receiver, not special teams guy. But like a guy like him going into elite, like a historically elite offense for tight ends, like we watched what Sean Payton has done with tight ends over and over and over again. I'll admit it was mostly Jimmy Graham, but still, you're talking elite athlete. So he meets what you like, Mike. Can be the one in an offense, has consistently shown that he can be the one in an offense, or at least, the 2, which is what we need for high end production, like Evan likes. I think I picked the perfect tight end here.
Yeah, no, I love Evan Ingram right now on our friends at Fantasy Calc. Evan Ingram. Oh, I gotta scroll down. Evan Ingram is the tight end 14 behind Isaiah Likely. So
if Dalton Kincaid is in front of him too.
He is. So if you have Dalton Kincaid, if you have Kyle Pitts,
go trade every single one of those guys for Evan Ingram in a second and just do it for Evan Ingram in a 4th and walk away happy because you're getting the better player who doesn't suck at football and you're getting a pick. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Hey,
I would love
get rid
that.
of Tucker Kraft,
I love you.
Whoa, Evan. All right. Well,
thaumaturgy to yell at Evan. No.
Yeah.
No.
Roll a D20. Actually, that's our other podcast. But I'm going to bring up one last guy. I know this is kind of a cop-out, but Evan took a lot of cop-outs earlier, so I'm going to steal it up from his book. Here is a list of all the players that had 1,000 receiving yards with less than 100 targets last year. A.J. Brown, good at football?
Pretty good.
Nico Collins, good at football?
When he's healthy.
Jamison Williams had 1,001 yards.
Don't count him.
But also deep threat, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know who the 4th guy is?
George Kittle.
George freaking Kittle. And he's going to keep doing it, and he's going to continue to.
And hey, what did I say?
He's on the field because he run blocks. Yep, he's on the field because he can block. He can be the 1 or the 2 in the offense. We'll see what's up with McCaffrey's Achilles. We'll see what's up with Ayuk's knee. We'll see what's up with Ricky Pearsall and his off-duty activities. Let's hope that he stays safe. George Kittle can turn any play into a touchdown, and it plays in one of the best offenses in football. I do not care how old he is. He's going to keep doing it until he decides not to. It's just everything that you would want in a tight end, and you're getting a little bit of a veteran discount at this time of the year. If you can pivot off of some of those higher-priced guys, let's see, some of the guys that are in front of him. Tyler Warren, I love, but are we sure that he's going to be over? Let's see, you can get George Kittle Tyler Warren, or you can have George Kittle in an early second.
Yeah, Kittle in an early second.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think
talking about Tyler Warren, I would love to see the chaos of Tyler Warren in San Francisco. That'd be a lot of fun.
The best
All right.
part is that you're not even losing that much age. Like George Kittle's been in the league for 8 years, and he's only like 6 years older.
Oh, brother. That's tough but true. Like Sam Laporta's in front of him. There's a lot of Sam Laporta supporters out there. Please don't kill me. But like, is he really that good, or does he just play on a good offense in a dome and caught a bunch of touchdowns?
He's the Zach Ertz mold that I was talking about. Like he sits in soft zones, gets open, can block, will score some touchdowns. He's safe. He should have never been tight end 1.
Yep.
And I will die on that hill.
So if we want to correct a little bit, go get you some outside, maybe get a first on top, restock the rest of your roster, and really push in the chips for 2025. I would love to do that in any leagues that I still have Laporta in. Tight ends, the streets are barren, but hopefully these names were able to help you. If you've listened this far, head over to Dubby, get some jitterless energy. That's what I need when the streets are tough. Use code FFRPG at checkout. Jake, what are you drinking? Or what did you drink today?
It's the watermelon lemonada hydration that they have. It's like their electrolyte blend.
Is it good?
Really good. A lot of the electrolyte blends get super salty because obviously electrolytes are salt. But it's very balanced. It's very good. I've been sipping on it all day since I picked it up. And this is not a plug because I picked this up before I was even on the pod.
Delightful. So listen to Jake, listen to the pod. Be sure to like and subscribe. And Evan, I love you. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Football RPG Podcast. If you made it this far, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to check out written content, head over to lastwordonsports.com.
Don't let the goblins get you.